Welcome back. Super excited. And the next phase, which is the control phase, is what I'm going to talk about in this particular lesson. So the control phase is the most important step in the DMAIC methodology. Fairly bold statement, but let me tell you why. Control is what enables you to have a continuous improvement organization, really. And every successful company today is continuously improving. No doubt about that. So in the control phase, you make things permanent. So you put in place tools and procedures, documentation, so everything is maintained and change is everlasting. In doing so, you've now established a new process and a baseline for future performance. And now you're ready to improve the process again. Because successful companies follow a continuous improvement philosophy. The control steps really connects the Six Sigma program with all other company efforts. Engineering, management, process, financial. The controls you put in place do not have to be elaborate, but maybe as simple as supervisor checklist, review meetings, use of conference calls, process charts. If it's a change in SOPs, standard operating procedures, you must ensure that the procedure manuals are updated. And equally important, you must also provide one-point training to end users, to all the stakeholders. The important thing is to have a mechanism in place to ensure that you maintain the improved process. Otherwise, your efforts may not be fruitful because you may slip back to the original process, right? And that's common too, so you want to be aware of that. Since the Six Sigma team is not directly responsible for the process, but it's important that new processes are documented, and I mentioned that earlier too, because you want to provide the documentation so you can monitor the processes as well. And the best monitoring systems are automatic. Identifying and monitoring processes is important. Closely related to effective monitoring system is the control tools like mistake prevention, for example. Mistake prevention means you want to implement procedures that make it difficult to make a mistake from the end users. Maybe computerized forms, mandatory fields that we use in a database, so you don't make errors. This prevents an incomplete forms to be issued or submitted by users. Or you can use mistake proofing. So if you make a mistake, it's not passed on to the next individual. A good example would be maybe, let's say, a restaurant serves you an order, a waiter comes to you and serves you an order, but incorrect order. A mistake has been made, but really you can correct the order. Maybe fast food restaurants is another example, right? Yeah, I'm really hungry. So yeah, exactly. So you get the idea of what that means, right? So you document those as well. So the old process and the new process, both are documented, and then of course you can improve the process, and that's the best way to control the improved process. So this step is now the end of this project, because if you have proper control measures and you verify maybe the financial benefits or the output before you close your project, and now you're really ready to celebrate success because you've successfully went through the DMAIC methodology to close out the actual project itself. If you have any questions, post them in the discussion area. I'll be happy and glad to answer. So with this, let's move to the next lesson.